Hey guys, welcome to Code Talks here. Today we're going to be talking about ArrayLists in our How to Code in Java series. Yeah, let's get started. So ArrayLists are much like arrays in the sense they store like a set of data or like a series of data, but the difference is that in ArrayLists, you don't have to specify how many elements you want at the start. So what I mean by that is you can just add elements to the array list as you go and remove elements as you go, and you can change the size constantly where on arrays the size is not changeable. So yeah, just look how I'm drawing them. You can just add or remove just as you want. You know what I'm saying? And you can remove from the middle. And yeah, it's really a great and very useful structure. Before I start, I just want to say that you should watch my loops in an array video before you watch this video. But if you're good with that stuff, then you should be good for this video. So, first, let's just get started with the declaration of our array list. Sorry, I just had to pause real quick. So, you just have to first import the java.util library and always just import the star for smaller programs because the scanner comes from there and a lot of the programs are going to need scanners. Array lists also do come from there. So you write the type of the object, not the type, what the object, like the identifier, I guess you'd call it, and then what, like, is it an integer, is it a char, the name, and then you write the new array list. You basically call the constructor method. So, um, quick things to look out. Integer. If you've been following around my series, you've never seen capital I integer. And basically what this means is each primitive type has a wrapper class, and that basically allows you to make an object of that type. So I'm just going to write a few examples, and I want you just to see that the wrapper classes for some of the most common ones. And yeah, it's really that simple. You just write capital first letter and what the data type is. And basically the wrapper class allows you to make objects that the primitive types don't. That's why these are important. Okay, anything else? Oh yeah, over here you can specify the initial capacity if you want to. You can write literally whatever, so the length if you would write in the array, but you can change that later and that is changeable. I literally never use that function. Um, okay, let's skip to here, add to the list. So I'm just gonna quickly make a for loop. For int I equals 0, I is less than, let's just do 5. Actually, I want to add 125 so it looks a bit nicer. I don't know why that looks a bit nicer, but we'll just do that. Okay, so how do you add those kind of elements to the array list? All you have to do is call your array list name dot add, and you just write whatever you want to add I. So I'm gonna add I. Um, yeah, it's really that simple, and I'm just gonna be able to add these 5 elements because I is gonna loop over and over again. Um, yeah, so that's really it. Okay, removing. So there's two types of kind of removals you can do. You can remove an index and you can remove an object. Okay, so how the index removal works, you call the array list dot remove and you just write whatever index you would like to remove. So remember, the indexes always start with 0 for the first one, and then 1 for the next one, and then 2, and then 3. This is 0. So always remember that. I'm just going to remove the first index, because why not? And then uh, you can also remove objects, so like specific things from the array list. So you just use the same method. They're basically overloaded methods. And what you want to do is just write new integer and then whatever object you want to remove. Let's say I want to remove the 4 from the array list, and that'll remove wherever there's an occurrence of 4. All right. So yeah. Uh Next, accessing elements. So how do you access elements? So I'm just going to use a for each loop because this is good because you can use them in ArrayLists as well. Um, so basically what you can do is you can just access elements like this. This is one way to do it through the loop. This will print out all the elements, but let's say you want to print out specific elements. What you can do is I'm just going to write my system.out.getLine and then the name of your array list dot get and whatever index you want to get. Let's have it get the third number in the list. So it's just dot get. Let's say you want to clear your array list. Just do array list dot clear and removes all the elements from the list. What else? Okay, some useful methods before we start running the program. Um, how to get the size of the array list. To get the size. So for arrays we use dot length. For array lists we use dot size. Sometimes you need to check if the array list is empty. So I use this a lot. Is empty equals array list dot is empty. And this will return true if it is empty, false if it's not empty. Okay. So sometimes you're going to need to convert an array list to an array. So here is how you would go about that. So array list. I'm just going to convert the existing. We're going to actually shift this down here because there's literally nothing in the array list right now. I'm going to do it after we add to the list. Okay. So you create your int I'm just gonna call it al copy because it's the array list copy equals. So you write array list. Sorry, not int. You want to do integer because you have integer objects in the array list. So you can't just convert them to ints. I'll cover a video in the future about wrapper classes and ints. But for now, I'll just show you 2 ways to convert it directly to an array. So this is the first way, and you just do new integer, and you just do array list dot size is the length, and you've made your integer array. Let's say you really wanted to make a primitive type array, you could just do this. It's kind of long, but really don't want to get into conversion of like mapping integers to ints. What should we do? I is less than and then I just do ri equals al copy dot get I. All right. No, not al copy array list dot get I. Yeah. And that's one way you could convert it into an int array. What else? Yeah, that's pretty much it for converting. And do we have anything else I wanted to cover? No, that's pretty much it. So let's run this program and see what happens. How much time do we got left? Okay, so you could see, where was I printing these out? Okay, yeah, so you could see that I entered 125, but okay, yeah, this is getting this element. So you can see I removed the first index, so I removed 1 and I removed 4. That's why you only see 2, 3, 5. But then over here, the line I just deleted, I was printing out the third element, and the third element was 5. So that's why I printed out 5 again. So I'm just gonna pause the video and be right back. Alright, we are back. I was just pulling up this problem that I wanted to show you real quick using ArrayList. So let me just quickly delete everything here. And I just want to solve this problem just to show you array lists in action. So I'm just going to make an array list just right off the bat, and then I'll show you guys the problem. Call it array list so you guys really can see what I'm doing. Okay, perfect. So let's start. You're hosting a party and you don't have room to invite all of your friends. Use the following unemotional mathematical methods to determine which friends to invite. Okay, so you're going to invite k friends, which is going to be the first input. Then you're going to have m rounds of removals, and then you're going to have the input r. So you're going to have m inputs of r, and every ith person will be removed. So for example, here I will have 10 people at my party. Um, 2 rounds of removals. So here every second person will be removed, and here every third person will be removed. All right. So you can see the first output. So in the first round, person number 2 is removed because he's a multiple of 2. Then person 4 is removed. Then 6. Then 8. Then 10. So you can see at the end of round 1, 1, 3, 5, 0, 9 are all removed. All right. So yeah, that's basically it. And then the next um, round, you are removing every third person. So how that works would be remove 5, and that's it. And then you would just have this number of people left. All right, so let's get started. Okay, so let's just first get int k equals. So that's how many people are coming to the party. Then I want to add k people to the array lists. So ArrayList.add I. What actually I want to do I plus 1, and because I don't want the first person to be 0, I want the first person to be 1. Okay, and then I just can get the next input in int m. So these are the rounds of removal equals in dot next int. For int I equals 0, I is less than m, I plus plus, okay. And then I want to get who should be removed. Next int. Okay, and then for j equals, j is less than ArrayList dot size, and j plus equals r. Okay, what is up with my brackets? Okay, that's better. So what do I want j equal to? If I want j equal to 0 the first time, it's going to remove the first index. So I definitely don't want that. I believe that I would want, if I was to remove, let's say every second position. So I'm removing 2 first. So I feel like I want to do j equals r minus 1. And then here, if I have 3, I'm basically removing 5. So I would do 1, 2, sorry, 0, 1. Yeah, I feel like I want it to equal to r minus 1, and then I would like to do ArrayList dot remove j. Okay, and I want to increment by r, and then I'm just gonna print out the list. I know it's not the same output, but really don't feel like making that for loop. Okay, um, and let's run the program. Okay, so I have 10 people, 2 rounds, and then round 1 every second, and then 3. And I did not get the right output. What am I? I have number 6. Why didn't 6 get removed in the first removal? Uh, okay, this is a good opportunity to show you some quality debugging. Um, uh, I, People might say that, oh, I should just cut this part of the video out, but problems actually do occur in actual programming. So, like, definitely should. I feel like this type of thing is underrated in terms of. Okay, 2, 5, and 8 are removed in the first removal. Okay, that does not make any sense. Don't even sense. Okay, what happens if I start? Okay, it removes the first one, but then it needs to increment by. Wait, let's just quickly look at the problem. I go 2, then the list is shorter than I want to do. Then I increment by 2, so I'm at 1, 2, 3. Oh, I see what the problem is. What happens if I do r minus 1? Will it work now? Okay, yeah. Yeah, that looks right. Okay, that looks much better. Okay, so the problem was I needed to add r minus 1, or I should have just started at r minus. Okay, no. We should be. Yeah, so you can see. I'll just try the second test case. Oh, there's no second test. Okay, so I input 10, 2 rounds, 2, 2, 3, and then you can see that is the answer. Also, that's a cool feature of ArrayList. You can just print them out right away, and the format's pretty nice. Um, yeah, so good way to practice some CCC problems. Thanks for watching, and like, comment, subscribe, and share, and stay tuned for my next video.